and I get really emotional talking about it right now, but it wouldn't be a Lex Lives in Disney vlog if I didn't cry.
Is this thing on?
Hello humans! Today I haven't made a video since 2018, I think, which is very sad. If you're new, my name is Alexa. You can call me Lex. I did the Disney College program from fall of 2016 into spring of 2017, and I was in quick service food and beverage. I have a few videos on that and on my college program if you look back at my previous channel uploads. But today I have super exciting information I wanted to share and wanted to make a little helpful video. So I recently, 3 months ago now, which feels like a year ago, I got an offer for a Disney professional internship back in Florida. I received that offer on October 21st. I will be the Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings and Honeymoons Marketing Strategy intern for spring of 2020. If you follow me on any type of social media, and you've been following my journey for a little while after I left, I worked at a bridal store up in Boston for a few years, and the bridal industry is just something I'm so passionate about, and I just wanted to do my timeline from when I applied and the process I had to go through before I got my offer. My process was pretty smooth compared to some other videos that I've watched, but it was longer and had some more steps in it than some other ones. Some are kind of only 3 steps. Mine had about 6, I think. I wrote it down in my planner so I can talk about my timeline because if you did the college program, you know that's quite a bit of waiting, and this is a little bit of waiting too. So I just wanted to share my fun announcement because I'm super excited to be back. And yeah, I'm gonna share my timeline, and hopefully this will give you a little bit of preparation if you're planning on applying too, because I started applying 2 months after I graduated college into Disney professional internships. You have to apply for internships while you're still in college or 6 months out. So the last time I would have had to apply would have been this season. So I was kind of running out of time. If I didn't apply then, I couldn't have applied again. So that way you kind of are prepared. You can't wait forever to do professional internships for Disney. So I'm gonna share my timeline with you guys. So if you see here, I have my application process. I applied for 4 professional internships. People always ask if there's a lucky number or if applying for too many might make you look bad. My advice with that is to just apply for ones that you obviously are qualified for. If you apply for a bunch that aren't really in your wheelhouse, I think it makes you look unprepared, and also many internships have the same recruiter. So they're reading through your tailored resumes, so you want to make sure that you're applying for things that actually make sense and that all of your experience kind of lines up in your resumes. You don't want to look like you're pretending to be passionate about something that you're not. That's just what I'm going to say about that. So I applied for 4. I have friends that applied for like 15, and it was all stuff. When it comes to communications and even animal services, there's a bunch of stuff underneath in marketing and management. There's a bunch of stuff underneath those umbrellas. So it is possible to be qualified and have passion for more than even 10 of them. Okay, I'm gonna get into this because I keep rambling. The internship that I was accepted for dropped on October 12th of 2019. Beginning on the middle of October, a bunch of the professional internships dropped at about the same time. So I applied first for retail management. That was the first one I applied for because it aligned with my major a little bit more, so I thought I had a better chance with that one. I wasn't as passionate about it, but I was very qualified for it, and I worked at a retail store for, well, a bridal boutique, so I thought I'd be in the running for that. So I applied for the retail management internships, which if you go on careers.com, it's under the hospitality ones. And if you're familiar with the application process, they used to be referred to as management internships, and now they're the hospitality leadership program. So that's one that I applied for, and I applied for that on the 19th. I applied for my weddings, my Disney Fairy Tale Weddings marketing internship. I applied for that on August 20th. I applied for the celebrations events internship on the 21st, which I thought I was qualified for, but I know they usually look for college students that have a little bit more of an event background, and I didn't have that, but I had the industry background, but I thought I would go for it. I applied for that on the 21st, and then I applied for guest relations on the 25th. So those were the 4 I applied for, all pretty different. One was business management, one was marketing, one was a sales and event planning one, and one was guest relations, which I've worked in all of those, so I thought those were a good 4 to do. There were a lot of other marketing strategy ones and consumer insights one I also could have applied for, but I was a marketing manager for a while as a previous job, and I loved it, but I was looking for something where I was actually going to be marketing for something I was super passionate about. So that's the one I chose to go with. I knew I would have been heartbroken if I got a different marketing strategy internship when there was Disney Fairy Tale Weddings. That would have always been on the back of my mind. I received an email on September 6th asking if I would like to participate in a phone screen with one of their recruiters. For the timeline, this was a little over 2 weeks from when I applied for the internship. I scheduled my phone screen for September 9th, which was 3 days after the email. They give you a very small amount of time to schedule it for, and because they usually are doing phone screens with a bunch of people at the same time, those slots fill up really fast. So when you get that email, make sure you go in and try to schedule it pretty quickly, because I know I waited an hour and slots were in front of my eyes and I started freaking out. So there's also a Facebook page. I will link below the Facebook page for fall of 2020 internships, because the Facebook group really helped me kind of know where people were along the process. Like when I saw people were getting interviews or phone screens for a different one and I wasn't there yet, I kind of guessed I might have not been moving along, and you can kind of make decisions for yourself before interviewing because you don't want to get your hopes up. My phone screen went well. I didn't think I did amazing. I studied a little too much situational questions and questions related more to Disney Fairy Tale Weddings. I didn't really brush up on questions about myself. She was asking me just adjectives about myself, which you would think are the easiest questions, but because I didn't think about it and I hadn't really written anything like that except my resume, and I didn't want to read right from my resume, I thought I did well. I didn't think it was my best interview, but I still left the phone call feeling pretty confident, but not amazing. I received a email on September 16th for a phone screen for the hospitality management internship, which was the management one I had applied for. So I got that email about a month after applying for that internship. I scheduled it for the 19th, which was again 3 days after they had emailed me for my phone screen, and I honestly think that was the best interview I've ever had. I got along with my recruiter amazing. It felt more like a conversation with a friend, and I was almost positive that if I did get another step forward for any of them, this was going to be the one. And then I waited for a while. I waited a few weeks, and no one was really hearing anything from any of them. The pages were kind of quiet. I think the only ones that were moving forward at the time were a lot of the animal programs and the science programs. And then I live on an island. I live in Martha's Vineyard, and the service is really bad, and I don't have really good Wi-Fi, so when I get phone calls, it usually just goes straight to voicemail. And I received a phone call from a 407 number, which if you get a phone call from a 407 number, it's usually Disney, because that's their area code. And it was someone from Fairy Tale Weddings asking to schedule a Blue Jeans interview, and I'm super excited. I had to leave my apartment just to call her back because I had no service. So I received that phone call on October 3rd, which was a little under a month since the initial phone screen. I scheduled my Blue Jeans for October 9th, and the Blue Jeans would be a Skype. It's pretty much like their version of Skype call with 2 members from the team. They gave me their names, didn't tell me the position, but just I would be with 2 girls from the team, which I was so excited about because I love the industry so much, so I knew I would have stuff to talk about, and I didn't really even have to think about questions to ask at the end because I was already so excited just to learn more. And with this too, there's a dashboard that they have Disney on their Disney career site, and I had been in consideration, which is usually what you get set in when you have a phone screen. And then once you move into the blue jeans part of it, you move into a status called interview. Some internships are different. Sometimes you won't move into in consideration until blue jeans. Everything's different. But the night before I got that phone call to schedule the blue jeans, I noticed I moved into interview. So I knew something was happening, but I wasn't sure what. So my blue jeans interview on October 9th was fantastic. I loved the girls on the team. I was really excited. I know I rambled a lot and I was hoping that my rambling came across as just being passionate versus not knowing what to say. If anything, I had too much to say. I had an answer to all their questions. Their questions were more based on my work experience and how I would handle situations, which is what I prepared myself more on the phone screen, so I was already prepared for that. Some fun Disney questions, so that was a really fun interview. 5 days after that blue jeans, I got another email. And so usually with professional internships, you have a phone screen and then you have a blue jeans and then you find out if you get it. Usually it's like 2 steps, 2 interviews until you get it. So I wasn't sure what the process was going to be like, but I had another interview to do. So I got an email on October 14th saying that there was another member on the team that they would like me to have a blue jeans interview with. They didn't give me like a portal to pick a time, and we didn't really discuss it. They just sent me a time. It was like, is this good for you? We planned it for this time on this date, and you're gonna be chatting with XYZ. Does this work? This email also included a writing prompt. They wanted me to submit a writing sample, which I think I went way over the top with. I did so much research on what their blog posts and everything look like, so I tried to really match it on brand, which I kind of already was, but I really tried hard to make the formatting look exactly like their website. And it also included I had to create graphics for their Instagram story as also part of the application process, which is super fun. I did that for my previous job, so I already knew how to do that, and I already had so many ideas before they even asked me to do that, so it just came naturally. So everything was due on the 16th. They gave me 2 days or so to do it, I believe. It was about 2 days after they sent me the email, so I only had 2 days to write everything, and I overthought it and I got really scared about sending it in, but I thought it was really good. I go back and I read it and I was like, wow, who is she? So I turned that in the morning it was due, and then the next day on October 17th was my final. I didn't know if it was going to be my final interview with the team member, and she told me that they were hopefully going to be making a decision by that weekend, and I would hear back from a recruiter, which horrified me when she said that. I didn't know that if you receive a position, a recruiter reaches out to you. I thought it would have been a member from the team. So I was so scared when she said that. I was like, oh gosh, they're not reaching out to me? They call you to get a rejection? So I pretty much thought I didn't get it, even though my final video chat interview went fantastic. I was horrified. Through this, I hadn't moved forward in any of the other internships. I think I moved into consideration for one other one, but I never got an interview. So through this whole thing, I moved all the way through for Disney Fairy Tale weddings and honeymoons, and then I had a phone screen for hospitality management through this whole thing. On October 21st, which was a Monday, which I figured that's probably was going to be the day, it was the Monday after my last interview, that was probably going to be the day I hear something, just because they're closed on weekends and they have to send stuff to casting and process information, and if you get the internship. I got a voicemail because my phone does not work. I got a voicemail from a recruiter, and it wasn't saying I had the position, it just said, please call me back regarding this internship, and I thought it was a rejection because of the way it was worded, and I couldn't screen record. Go into your voicemail, sometimes it'll transcribe it and text to you, so I screenshot it, what she said, and I sent it to my friend, and I was like, what is this? Like, should I prepare? I was horrified. And she was like, call them now. And I just got out of the shower and I was freaking out, so I like threw on a hoodie and pajama pants, and I was like a wet rat looking thing, and I drove to the nearest place that had service, which was like 10 minutes from my house. And then I checked my email when I got out, and I realized that she'd emailed me too to give her a call, this recruiter. And I was like, oh gosh, an email too. And then I called her, and she just wanted to confirm some information with me to make sure that what I had said in my resume was correct. She wanted to know how my interview process was, and then she was like, oh, well, are you excited? And then kind of offered it to me. I think she had probably thought that I just figured I got it because of how it was worded, but I was, until she said, oh, so how does this sound? How does the position sound? I didn't really realize I got it, and then I started freaking out and crying on the phone. And at the end of the phone call, she was like, okay, I'm gonna let you go now because you probably want to call your family. And I was like, yeah, I do. And I get really emotional talking about it right now, but it wouldn't be a Lex Lives in Disney vlog if I didn't cry. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna collect myself. So it took about, I applied on the 20th for my internship, and I got my position August, exactly 2 months from the day I applied. So pretty similar to the waiting of the college program. This one was a little less, didn't hurt as much as the college program wait, just because it was more steps. So almost every week I was hearing back to go forward with something, except that last 2 weeks where it was like, do this, do this, do this, do this. But my application process was seamless, super fun. I actually really enjoyed my process. My team was super nice. Yeah, so as I'm sitting here right now, my couch does not look like this in my house, and I don't have this hotel art. I'm in a hotel in Orlando by myself. I move into my Disney apartment tomorrow, and I have traditions on Saturday, and I start my job on Monday. So I'm gonna be making a video on application tips and interview tips and blue jeans tips, and even the writing supplement tips, because I feel like a lot of positions don't have that, and it kind of caught me by surprise because I didn't know I was going to have to do that, but I had so much fun with it. So I do want to do a video on that. I want to do a video on the resume because mine obviously stood out if they pulled it, and I moved that quickly in the process. So I'll be doing a video on that. I'm changing my channel a little bit to be a little more professional. Yeah, because I used to make really messy vlogs, and now they're just gonna be a little more professional, a little more personalized. Yeah, I'll probably do a little, now I'm in an office, so I don't have to wear a costume anymore. I might be doing some office outfit of the week videos, just to show what I wear every day to work. Might do some get ready with me's, not a ton of those because I'm not really that type of person, but they're fun to make. So I might make a couple of those just for office stuff, and I'll definitely just be doing the ones of me running around the park as usual. I have a bunch of fun stuff planned while I'm down here, so I'll definitely be vlogging a lot of that. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to update you guys with. Not really. I should really express how much I wanted this internship. It was so funny. I was going through like old group me's for like Disney college program and stuff like that from a while ago, and a group of people were talking about what their dream internships would be with the company, or like dream positions, and this was mine like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's still pretty surreal, pretty crazy. Let me just do a quick timeline wrap up just for the one I got. The internship dropped on August 12th of 2019. I applied on August 20th of 2019. I received an email for a phone screen on September 6th. I had that phone screen on September 9th. I received a phone call on October 3rd for my blue jeans, and then I had my blue jeans on October 9th, And then I received an email on October 14th to do another blue jeans. I had that blue jeans interview on October 17th, and the day before that, so on October 16th, I had my writing supplement due, and then I got my position offer on October 21st. So a 2-month process. I think that's pretty standard for professional internships. The whole process usually takes about 2-3 months at max, really. Usually doesn't take too much longer than 3 months. But yeah, so that's that. I'm super excited to be back. I won't be able to share a lot about my position, obviously, because it's in marketing and it's with a very, very amazing department. So I'm not really sure of everything I'm going to be doing yet. I'll be able to share a little bit, but I won't be able to share details, obviously. So I'm going to stop the vlog here. I'm probably going to record a little bit of me tomorrow with move-in day and casting. So I'm hoping I'll get that video up by the end of the week. I want to do 1 video every week while I'm down here. Okay, so I'm gonna say bye. Right? I think that's it. I haven't done one of these in so long, I like forget if I need anything else. I don't think so. Application process, got my dream job. Okay, in a little outro, I'm gonna connect my social media. So if you want to connect with me or have any questions or anything, just feel free to shoot me a follow on that. Okay. So thank you so much for watching in 2020. That's crazy. And have a magical rest of your day.